Back here at NFL Films, I'm James Brown, talking football with Ralph Brown and Marcus Price. And, fellas, let me get a player's perspective on this. There's been so much talk. We know RG3, Robert Griffin III, possesses an awful lot of talent. But you got the fact that people were talking about him being too close to the team owner, hanging out with the team owner. If he was frustrated with something that the coach was trying to install or a system he was trying to put in place, he'd run to Dan Snyder. True or false, but that was the perception. Your reaction?
You know, that's one of the major problems or issues that they had last year. They had more than one voice coming out of the locker room. And when you want to be successful over the long season with all the media attention that you receive, you want to have one voice coming out of the locker room that just really moves a lot of the distractions, because you have a lot of things that happens behind closed doors that a lot of people on the outside do not know. And so you're able to handle it internally a lot better when you only have one voice, one message leaving that locker room.
Yeah, and Marcus, that's a good point, because in fact we don't necessarily know that the media reports were accurate, but that at least was the perception.
The NFL needs to expand the playoffs. The owners are proposing to go from a 12 to a 14-team format. Adding these two teams would essentially give fans one entire day to watch the first round of the playoffs. In the television era of pro football, when games were added to the national primetime slots, ratings have been a success. So it's without question, people love watching football. Adding more games, especially playoff games, makes sense. From the players' perspective, the playoffs are just not another game. It's an opportunity to get to the Super Bowl. That's two more opportunities to get there. People talk about the possibility of letting an 8-8 team in the playoffs. I'll tell you, if I was on an 8-8 team, I would love that opportunity. This game is compelling, dramatic, and with today's parity, it's about hope. What fan doesn't hope that this is the year for their team to win it all? What players wouldn't want another shot to get to the show? It's inevitable that the football season will expand in some capacity. So why not begin with expanding the playoffs? It will be good for the owners, the players, and most of all, the fans. With NFL Films, I'm Marcus Price.
Ryans is the guy who makes that defense go for Philadelphia.
I tell you, he's been a tackling machine this year, leading the team with 169 tackles on the year.
Miles Austin, the man in motion. 2nd down and 7 for the Cowboys. Murray across the 30 and carries Bradley Fletcher with him to the 35. Did you see him just bang into Fletcher and power through him?
I tell you, DeMarco Murray is starting to have a reputation of being a running back who knows how to finish runs. He gets behind his pass, he drives. People are not aware, he is a big back at 6 foot, 215 pounds, and he knows how to finish runs. And so if you don't get the leverage that you need on defense, he's going to carry you forward.
Or backwards, as the case might be for Fletcher.